everybody. I am so excited to be here with Marla David, who loves to talk about your passion. She's an author in the Empowering Women to Succeed series, and I am thrilled to have you, Marla. Thanks for being on.
Thank you, Randy. It was a pleasure.
Well, I'm so excited to talk to you because we are talking about living your passion. So, Marla, first of all, what is passion? Let's define that for everybody so they know what we're talking about.
Passion is basically when you are so in the moment, you almost forget about everything on the outside. It's almost like that foveal vision, when you're focusing first on that object, and then you kind of forget about everything else around you. And when you are in that moment, you are so, I guess, a mindfulness thing too. But you are lit up. It makes you come alive. You feel great. You could almost say, you know what? If I did this forever, I'd be like thrilled. And so that's, for me, passion is basically when you're doing something that you really love, that really aligns with your soul or your soul purpose, your destiny in life, whatever it is that you truly love and love to do.
Okay, I love it. Thank you. I love it. And hi, Gordon. Gordon liked the post. So, how do you, because I know you are living your passion now, how has that changed your life?
My life is a wow. From the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, despite the fact that things happen that are not necessarily wonderful, because storms come into our life. But when we do live our life of passion, we feel good. So I wake up in the morning and I've tweaked my life in little ways. And so in doing that, I do the things that I love. So I start off my day with my gratitudes and I'm just, so thankful to be alive, and thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I get up and I face the day, and I always do my best to be positive. And being positive is very important. So of course I go into the bathroom. The first thing I see is the mirror. I love you. I love you. You are fabulous. I love you. You look wonderful. I don't care what I look like, because you know what people look like. I still love what I look like. I'm not saying that that's every day, but for the most part, yeah. And then I go on and I start my routine. But I try to tweak my routine in such a way that I have little bits in between where I can sit and look outside and do a silent meditation, or I will take my chime and put on my salt lamp and put my essential oils on, which I have right now, and I can start a sacred writing session, or something like that. Or I will then tend to my responsibilities of whatever I have to tend to at my desk, and phone calls and other such things. Um, I go out, I do what I have to do. You have to take action to make things happen, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm proactive with that. I will call someone, hey, how would you like to meet for lunch today? So I meet that person for lunch. If you just sit at home and wait for people to call you, that's never going to happen. You've got to get up and you've got to get moving, and you've got to actually be proactive about that.
Absolutely. So hi, Gordon. And we also have Catherine Ann Clark, Terry Ford, and Gloria Schweitzer Panzini. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly.
I don't see that on my...
Well, yeah. I only see that they liked it, or that they, not that they made a comment. So,
yeah.
So hi, everybody.
Go through the day like that, with that attitude, trying to say, now what can I do in this moment to make this moment better in some way that would enhance my life or enhance someone else's life. So it's just the little things like we were talking about. It's in the little tiny things that you do to bring out the passion, either in yourself or to someone else. I mean, sometimes you can pay it forward to someone else, and then that brings out your passion because you feel like you've given something by
Right.
doing that, and that's also very important.
So,
I made these cards up, these pay it forward cards. So if I have magazines, I will share magazines and give that around. Um, I think it is such an important thing to take the time to do the things that really ignite you, because if you don't have that in your life, you're just existing. You're just going day to day. It becomes monotonous. People say, so what are you doing? Same old, same old. Well, I'm not living a same old life. Every
right.
day does not run into the next. And every day I try to think, well, now what can I do today that is different from yesterday? Even if it's a different kind of meditation, even if it's spending a different kind of time with one of the dogs, whether one day it's holding and talking to them, another day it could be playing ball in the back, different things like that. When life throws storms at you, it's these passions that kind of help a little bit to get you through the bad times. It's very important to have those, because if you don't have those, what do you resort to? When something bad happens, you're just like, oh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But if you have that cup of tea that can soften your mood and mellow you out, or that Calgon bath, or whatever term you like for it, or
You're
the
dating
medicine.
yourself.
Yeah, it's in the little things. Time to just do those little things. It could be 5 minutes reading. It could be just turning on the TV and just immerse yourself in that, so you don't even have to think for that 5 minutes, unless you're watching CNN or something.
Right. And Marla, you mentioned, that you go into the mirror or you go into the bathroom and you look in the mirror when you first wake up and you say all these positive things to yourself, or you have grateful statements, or writing in a journal that you're grateful. Like, how important are those things to the impact of your entire day?
It's extremely important, because this is like, it's almost like, it's like a self-preservation kind of a thing. This is putting focus on yourself. And when you're putting focus on yourself and you're tending to yourself, then you have the full warehouse to be able to tend to other people and the other things that you have to do in your life. It gives you a foundation or a balance in your life for those other times as well. But you've got to find those things that you're passionate about. That's the key. And people
Mhm.
always say, well, so how do I know what I'm passionate about?
Right.
Just start doing things. If it's something that you are passionate about, that aligns with your soul in some way, or that you really enjoy, you're going to do it. I've got a girlfriend that started taking pottery, and she just loves it. And she's using her hands, and she's creating things, and she enjoys going out, and she has things to show people. So it brings pride to her. So the what she's gotten out of it has been like tenfold from what she's given into it. I mean, it's just incredible. So this is what you find, is that whatever you start to do, whether it's the little thing, like even reading is learning. Learning
Yep.
is fabulous. If you're not learning, you're not growing. Hi,
Mm. Say that again.
Carol. And learning is so essential to us. And this is, I have a library. I'm sitting in my library now, and I just love reading about it. And that's why when I saw the Empowering Women to Succeed book and all that, I was so excited to come to the book launch. And when you had asked me to sign on as a co-author, I was ecstatic, because yeah, I mean, like, wow. I mean, to actually have a book where I'm part of it, which is part of maybe someone else's learning, which took it that one extra mile, really made it like very special. So learning is something that is just essential to our growth. It's actually one of our basic human needs. Like, according to Tony Robbins, it's growth, growth, growing.
Absolutely. And hi, Carol Stark Taylor. Thanks for being on with us. She says, hi, ladies. So, Marla, and I agree with you, because when we're living our passion, we are we're excited, we're thrilled to get up in the morning. We want to do what we're doing, as opposed to, not enjoying what we're doing and being grumpy and miserable, or maybe we're building someone else's dream, or,
Yeah.
there's a lot of negative things that can come with that, but it's all about mindset, of course. You can spin that around. And so I love what you're saying, but you were also, like, before we got on the Facebook Live, you were talking about turning moments of your day into passions as well. Like, they're not necessarily long term, but they can be short term passions too. Do you want to tell us about that? And we can kind of improve every day.
Every little thing that you do takes you one step further. So baby steps before you can take adolescent steps, before you can take adult steps, before you actually end up with whatever it is that your dream life really is defined by. With some people, like I was saying, some people, their dream life may be just washing dishes for somebody, and they're very happy because that's a mindfulness activity. They're happy, and they just want to be able to go home and spend time with their family, which is their passion. So everyone has their own definition of that. But in the little things that you do, like, let's say, my little chime. My chime is very important to me, and people think, like, it's a frivolous thing. But I know when I do my chime, and it's kind of like a ritual, I do it before I do certain things, and it puts my brain into that mindset, and right away, oh yeah, baby steps. So right away, you're thinking at a totally different level when you start into a different paradigm like that. And that could be just getting yourself into the proper space when you're sitting at your desk, or if you go for lunch, you want to go for lunch, you want to have a nice atmosphere. Just it is the little things in life are the most important. And just like it's the little things that can break you, it's the little things that also can make you. And those little things are the things that I tweak. So every day I may find, I'm not saying every day, but a lot of days I will find one little thing. And I'll have my little rock that'll say nothing is written in stone. And I'll think about that, and I'll meditate on that. And it's just that one little thing. Or I'll bring out one of the cards that says, like, you are enough. And I will expand on that. I will meditate on that, or I will change a meditation. So it's the little things that you do toward maybe a grander goal. Those little things may be goals in themselves, and then, hi Madeline, and then you keep working towards a larger goal. But it's those little things that ignite you, and it's what ignites you that gives you the motivation to go and move to the next step and to do more. If you don't have motivation, you're not going to want to do anything. You're just going to want to stay in your pajamas and stay in bed all day.
That's so true. And of course we have days like that too, right?
and that is, when you look after yourself and take that time to do that, that's very important too. And if that's what you need, and I have those days too, that I just need to just do nothing. And
Yeah.
and that's your prerogative. If you can have that, if you have the choice of making that, and that's the choice that you make, then that's great. And it comes down to choices too. So my passions that I take, those little things, are little choices that I decide to do. I take the time. I will stay up another half an hour at nighttime just so that I can take the time to do those little things that make my going to bed that much more pleasant. Whether it's getting the book ready and getting the bed just so, and preparing the lighting just so, and doing my chime, whatever it is that I want to do, that I feel that is going to make that moment better. And then I can get right into it. It puts me into that mindset. And then I'm motivated. I want to do it. And then the next day, maybe I'll do something else, or I'll say, well, that works so well. So how can I enhance that in such a way? So maybe you want to take speed reading so that you can learn to read more and go through more books, if that's the time of day, for instance, that you're reading.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's wonderful.
And there's so many variables.
Sorry?
there are so many variables. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You have choice, and there are a zillion trillion choices out there. And it's just a matter of taking what really ignites you, finding out what those key passions are, and focusing on them. For me, I need things to heighten my senses. I find that makes me come alive when I have the scent and the feel. I can.
Oh,
It's just everything around me that with me somehow.
perfect. The Madeline says motivation and choices are key, and you're absolutely right. So thank you so much, Marla, for your input and talking about passion. It's so important that people do live their passion. It's all about mindset and, living a life of happiness, basically. And when we do things we're passionate about, that's what we're getting from it. And, we enjoy life more. But Marla, you are going to be at the Toronto Women's Expo on March 29, so people can actually meet you in person.
Certainly will.
So you'll be there for the first part of the day. So if anybody wants to come and meet Marla face to face, she may even sign a book for you if you ask nicely.
Would be my pleasure.
As a two-time author in Empowering Women to Succeed, you are a #1 international bestseller as well, which is awesome, and congratulations. And I'm excited to have you. I'm excited for people to come and meet you. Carol says she'll see you there. Exciting. And I look
everybody there, hopefully. and writing for the Empowering Women to Succeed series has really brought out that passion of writing in me. And so the more that I write, the more that I want to write, or want to write well. And I change it up, and I'm learning more. It's been such a fabulous learning experience that I can't thank you enough, you and Jenny and Gordon. I mean, the experience itself, how cathartic it has been, and how it tended to put my life into perspective. And that being a passion of mine, I recognize that as something that I am definitely going to continue to pursue, because I just love doing it. Taking time to do what you love to do. Even if it's in the little things, even if it's just writing a note.
Right. Well, we're grateful to have you. So thank you so much. And, you're such a lovely, lovely lady. We love you, and looking forward to seeing you on the 29th and seeing everybody else. And if you are interested in attending and you want the link, just message below or message me privately or Marla privately, and we'd be happy to share the link with you. So thank you so much again. Everybody have a wonderful day. Thanks, Marla. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.